weeding through history. We've had a couple of weeks without it. It's fun times to get back to it. So remember, we've been talking about Luther. Luther, born November 10th, 1483. Went through a few more years, went to Erfurt, didn't want to be a lawyer. Well, he did, but then thunder, lightning, didn't want to do it. St. Anne, now he's, at Erfurt in the monastery, Augustinian, because that's the hard way to do it. You don't go like halfway Luther, it's all the way in. So he's Augustinian, black, having a fun time. Goes to Wittenberg. He's a professor teaching the scriptures. 1517 comes around. You have what's his name? Not Eck. That was another guy. Eck was around. He wasn't a good guy. He argued with Eck a little bit. I just forgot his name. Well, you know what? It'll come back to me, and don't worry. It's one of those ADHD moments where eventually I'll get it, and it'll come back to me. So Tetzel, see? I got it. Johann Tetzel. Tetzel selling the indulgences. Luther doesn't like it. 95 Theses, October 31st, 1517. Died of worms, goes to the Wartburg, translates the Bible. Now he's back. 1525, peasants revolts. Erasmus, freedom of the will. That's not good. Writes bondage of the will. Married June 13th, 1525 to Katerina von Bora. And everything is at peace. Luther never has a problem ever again. Well, no. It's Luther. He's a mean guy. Well, he's not mean. He's fun, but he's serious. That's the thing with Luther. He's a serious dude. He takes everything seriously because it is the word of God that he's dealing with. So as the years go on in the 1520s, Luther starts having a lot of arguments about the sacrament of the altar. And one of the biggest opponents of Luther over the sacrament of the altar actually isn't Rome. He has arguments with Rome concerning transubstantiation. Sorry, I have to say that one slow because it's hard to pronounce. So he has arguments with them, but his biggest opponent is on the other side, this guy named Ulrich Zwingli. Now, Zwingli is one of the fathers of the Reformed Church, and Zwingli has a view of the sacrament that it's not the bodily presence of Jesus in the sacrament of the altar, but it's a remembrance meal. It's symbolic. So there's a guy named Philip of Hesse, and we'll talk about him later with Luther. Luther got into some trouble with Philip. Not like got mad with Philip, but it was a fun event. But we'll talk about that later. So edge of your seat, wondering what's going to happen. But Zwingli and Luther are going at it, and Philip wants unity in his area. So he says, Luther and Ulrich, I need y'all to come to Marburg, and discuss what you both believe, because we need to have some unity here. So you have Zwingli on this side with another dude named Oecolampadius. And on this side, you have Luther and Philip Melanchthon. Melanchthon's kind of like his right-hand man. And like I've said many times, if you want to know what Philip Melanchthon looks like, find an old picture of Pastor Finker, the Dean of Theology. Not a new one with the big beard, old one with the little beard, and that's what Philip Melanchthon looked like. And they all got together at Marburg and had a debate on articles of the faith, like on baptism, on justification, on original sin, on all these different articles. And they agreed on a lot of them. They kept agreeing. And then they went and they kind of took a break because they were about to talk about the Lord's Supper. And during it, Luther did this really cool thing. He has he takes like a little drape, like a little like a tablecloth. He starts writing something on the table. He puts the cloth back on. And he and Zwingli start debating, is it the body and blood of Christ? Is it just symbolic? And Luther, with dramatic fashion, takes the tablecloth and rips it off the table. And it's the Greek words, this is my body. And Luther points to it and says, this is what the word of God says. This is my body. This is my blood. It doesn't say this symbolizes. It doesn't say it transforms into like Rome. It says it is. Can I explain it with 100% reason and senses? No, but it's what Jesus says. And by faith, I take him at his word. And this is going to be the big debate, basically, that the Lutheran Church still has with others, that this is what Jesus says about this sacrament. And that happened in the late 1520s. So what we're going to talk about next time is the catechisms, the 1530s, and how Luther had to keep debating the sacrament of the altar with people, because you either take Jesus at his word or you don't. And thanks be to God, Luther did take him at his word and held tightly to it. And we benefited from it today. God bless y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Higher Things video shorts. If you're looking for an easy way to support Higher Things, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And hit that bell icon for content notifications. You can follow Higher Things on social media and on our website, higherthings.org. If you love what we're doing, we ask that you remember us in your prayers and donations.